Hey everybody, my name is Rashi. I'm the paid media coordinator here with Songtrust, and today we're going to be interviewing the creator of this awesome, amazing platform called Black Girls Love Vinyl.
My name is Alexandria Henson. I also go by Alexandria Sade, Sade's as well. I am the creator of Black Girls Love Vinyl, as you heard from Rashi. I started this platform back in 2018. And I just always been a fan of music. I've been listening to music since I was young and always just had a passion for like the art of DJing and the art of music sampling, production, all those things. And so I'm now interning here at Song Trust as well in the creative and partnerships department. And yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you telling everybody that. How I would like to ask you just a little bit because it is last day of Black History Month, and
Right.
just to ask a little bit how Black music in itself has kind of influenced you in you getting started with this.
Yeah, I mean, Black music is the culture. It is style in itself. That influence has been impacted me since I was young. My grandparents, listening to their music. My parents, they grew up listening to like jazz, hip hop, and so like just being in the car listening to like smooth jazz, going to school and stuff. And so all of that just kind of instilled with me just wanting to create Black Girls Love Vinyl. But before that, I was really just kind of modeling my record collection around Los Angeles and just wanting to find like this um, creative outlet to have to express myself with music. And so I kind of started that way. And then I noticed that there wasn't many other Black creators or Black women showcasing their record collection. And so I wanted to, create this platform to do that. And here we are. It's been building. I've been loving to highlight and showcase different Black women on the platform and just, building relationships with people. And yeah, it's been amazing.
That's awesome to hear. So you said you started it in LA and you're in DC now. What are some big differences that you see in kind of the music scene from DC and LA?
I mean, that's a great question. When I was in LA, I mean, I feel like there was so many, well, here too, but I'm still kind of new in DC. But in LA, there was a lot of more like events around music, like small ones. Like I remember I saw Roy Ayers at like a small, intimate, like little session. There's always just something to do. There's little small pockets of everything, especially with records. You have a bunch of record stores up the street from Amoeba. There's like the record parlor, and then there's like another record store like down the street from there. There's markets you can go to. It's just so many things. I feel like the music community out there is really big. Here, there is a like culture of music too in DC. There's a lot of history with music. They have go-go music out here, and so I kind of learned a lot of that from going to school about more about the go-go music. But there is some small pockets too. Like we have Cool Kids Vinyl. It's a lot of Black owned. I see more out here in DC, and a lot of Black people just flourishing in general too, which is all over the place in general. But like here, you really see it. It's in your face more. And so like the music scene, I haven't really got to like get much into it because of like COVID and the pandemic. But I do go to record shops a lot. There's HR Records, which is in Northwest, I believe, up the street. I'm still kind of like learning some streets and stuff, but they are a Black-owned record shop. And then I mentioned as well Cool Kids Vinyl, which is in Maquetto. It's in an actual like coffee shop, a restaurant, which is super dope too. So it's like you can still find like your spaces of people, and then there's a bunch of dope DJs here too. Same with LA. So there's some differences, but a lot of like same things as well. The weather is the biggest difference in playing a part and like really getting to explore as far as like music as well too.
That's awesome. Like I really resonate with that because myself, I'm coming from Atlanta and I moved to New York to for Songtrust.
Right.
And like yourself, I haven't really been outside as much to see, but what I have seen is very different, but in a good way. It's just seeing a whole different style and culture when it comes to music.
Yeah.
Um, how do you think that relates to your blog in itself? Like, how did you, when you were creating it, like you said, you were just modeling off your own vinyls. Like, how did that just evolve into what it is today?
You know, I guess for me, like I said, at the beginning of all of this, like modeling the records was just, it kind of tied into what I was doing on my day to day. I mean, like at the time I was a sign model in LA. So doing that was really just like, okay, that's a business side, but like doing it with my music and the records and going to different shops and being outside. And then that kind of evolved into me thinking of, like I want to see more Black women like myself showcasing themselves with their records and having an expression to show like their diverse music taste. And so I started the page, and then it just started like coming in. Like all the Black women just kind of started flowing towards me. I did kind of have some help with that. And it's just been a social media thing right now, because like I said, with COVID and all those things. But I really want to see it evolve, like just beyond just the social aspect of just social media, but also like getting together to do like meetups and like record crawls together, like in different regions, so that we can all kind of like share this moment together and be in like a record store and other music spaces all together and share that common interest.
So, do you believe that the industry in itself could be doing, what do you think the industry in itself could be doing to help bring that together, help basically bolstering and filling in those gaps that you saw, that you created a space for yourself and people like you? How do you think they could help really uplift that?
I think it really kind of, I mean, I don't know if this is like a big thing for like in the music like industry in a whole, because with music it's all about like roles and things of that you're doing. This is more so just like a hobby, like a pocket in a sense. But as far as like highlighting it and like bringing more attention, I think vinyl is such a big thing now. I'm seeing it like grow so much, beyond just like before I would have like my iPod and things like that. But I think just making it a conversation piece, just talking about it with your peers. It seems it's more of an everyday thing. So I don't know, like how really could the music industry really like highlight this space, but I think definitely just like what we're doing now. I feel like this is like one of it. The conversations that we're having in this moment right now, but also too, I think since it's like a social aspect, but like tagging more, like if you see anything music related with women that are Black, tag us in it. I don't know, just really just make us feel included, I guess. I'm trying to say, like, just make women feel like, they are included in that, what they're doing every day. Like, because I know that there's women in this community that just comes from all walks of life. And so a lot of them aren't in the music industry. They don't work in the music industry. They have regular 9 to 5. So it's just like realize that there's people that have a passion for music that don't work in this too. So yeah.
Yeah, that was really well said. And I totally agree with you. Them being just more intentional with actively trying to boost these things, I believe could have real impact. And it's funny that you said vinyls are like in style right now because we actually have like a little piece of trivia. First half of 2020, vinyl surpassed CD sales for the first time since 1986. So
Well,
clearly
yeah.
you're on the right wave. You're doing an amazing job, and I really appreciate you doing that.
Thank you.
What's your favorite What's your favorite aspect about the blog? Like, what is it? What is the thing that you pull out of it that you're most proud of?
I'm really just proud that I can have a platform to share women, like Black women that look like me, that that collect records, that have an eclectic taste in collecting records. It's the whole aspect. There's not one piece of it that's just like this stands out the most. I think all of it in in itself is just wonderful. Um, I think really though that I'm really proud of right now is doing the Collector of the Week. It's a series that I started highlighting the women to do like a live session like this, the Instagram live, to showcase their record collection, talk about the records in their collection, how they got started. It doesn't matter how big or small their record collection is. So it's really just being able to highlight women that have like small record collections to big ones, even if you just have like one record. Like I'm just proud to even just highlight that Black woman on the page in itself.
That's dope. What's your record collection looking like right now? How many do you just have on you at any given time?
Well, right now my record collection is split between two places, which is here in DC, and the rest is back home in my hometown, St. Louis. So I don't actually like log my records like consistently like I should in Discogs. So roughly I can just say it covers like six bins, 6 to 8 bins, like the shelf, the record shelf, because most of them are back home. I'm still building my record collection here in DC. So I just bought like a small 4 shelf one here. Um, because I don't want to get too crazy, like buying too many records, honestly, because it is a chore to kind of like travel with them, and especially I don't know what I'm going to be like after this. But yeah, I just pretty much have like a back home like 8 shelf record. Most of it is like filled with records, and then now I have my 4 shelf here, and I have some records too that I have on hand as well too. So
That's awesome. Do you have any records near you right now that you want to show off or showcase?
sure. Okay, this one I really want to like post soon. This Lonnie Linson Smith. He's my
Oh, that's a
favorite
great one.
musician. I'm gonna post this today for the last day of Black History Month. I don't know if you can really see it, but yeah, this is like one of my favorites. I don't know if you guys know about like the sample for "A Garden of Peace" with Jay Z, that song, and Mary J. Blige also too has a sample from that song as well. So that's one of them. Lonnie Lynn Smith is my all-time favorite, and I think as well I would just show this Solange record because it's Black History Month, and I feel like the music that she's been putting out is definitely paying homage to us as Black people in her own way, and just seeing her music evolve. And this project is one of my favorites, along with A Seat at a Table. And then I'll show just one more just for now so we can like kind of get back to conversation. But I do have J Dilla Donuts,
Oh,
which is, this is Dilla month as well. We're coming to an end, but Dilla forever. And so, yeah, I love this project. It was like one of his last projects, and I actually caught the re-release from Stone's Throw. So it's crazy because I bought this record before for a friend, and I gifted it, and I never bought myself one, but now I have it. So I'm just happy that I have this copy with me on hand.
that's so funny. My mom's such a big J Dilla fan.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a
she put
fan.
me on early, and I'm really thankful for her for being able to do that.
Yes.
Um, I had another question for you. If you could give a little support or a little advice to music creators, especially Black ones, about trying to leverage their ability to be seen in social media and be able to create on their own because you are a creator and you created something super amazing. So like any tips for people trying to just express themselves in places that they don't see themselves?
Yeah, I definitely would say just create it on your own. You got to do it. I think for me, I'm such an introvert too. Like, this is the most I've had put myself out there. I mean, besides like doing like commercial acting and modeling, like, this is really the most I have put myself out there. And for me, it was just really about like, I know that I'm being authentic, I'm being true to myself. This is what I love. And so I just encourage, finding that thing that you love and just do it. Like, don't think too hard about it. Don't try to like create this whole plan around it. You just got to like put it out there, and then like everything will start to align and like come to you. Um, Another tip is just know who you are. I mean, I know I kind of just said that, but just really tap into who you are, what is missing, what do you feel is missing in the things that you like and have passion for. I usually kind of start there. That's how I came up with Black Girls Love Vinyl. And before that, I started as a media company called Glow at Sunrise, so that I can have more vinyl centric related content. So I really just say, just do it. Honestly, like being an introvert, I do overthink a lot of things. I overthink my ideas because sometimes I think they're too big, but nothing is ever too big. You just have to get started. And then, you'll see that people will gravitate as long as you're being yourself along the way. That's really like the big piece there is just stay true to yourself. Don't look to like, confine into a certain like place and category in music. Just do something. Like this feels so like obscure to me. I mean, it's really not. Black women do collect records. That's what we do. And so it's as simple as that. Sometimes it's the simple idea that can be something big.
Yeah, it all just starts with day one.
Yeah,
So I really
that's
resonate
the
with the
hardest
whole
part.
introvert in your head thing, but you just start one day at a time, and then all of a sudden you're a whole vinyl mogul like yourself.
I mean, I'm learning. It's still a learning thing for me, and that's the best thing about it. Like I learn every day as I'm doing this.
Do you have any specific people that you like draw inspiration from? Did you see them and was like, okay, I can kind of follow their path, or even if I can't follow it, I think that I can at least try to build something off of that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, DJ Beverly Bond, she was like the biggest inspiration for me starting this. I think because, her being a DJ and a model and then having Black Girls Rock. She started Black Girls Rock in 2006. And so having that platform really inspired me to like do what I'm doing right now. And I just, like even before we got on this live, I tried to like while I was working as well, but like listen to her past conversations and her talking about, why she's doing what she's doing and the impact she's making. I mean, she's doing an amazing job. She's an all around like guru at doing everything, and she has a past, she's a mentor too. And those are things I aspire to be. And so she's really like my inspiration for doing what I'm doing now. Hopefully I can like, meet her one day and have something in relation and do like some type of partnership with Black Girls Rock because I really do admire how she highlights Black women that rock, and we all rock, Black girl magic, all of that. Like I'm here for all of that. So she's my biggest inspiration. But music wise, I kind of just, Khalees is like one of my favorite because I feel like she just reminds me to be rebellious and just to like do whatever you want. I love all her music and all the things she's done with the Neptunes, even though that has come to an end. But I love everything that she's doing, and even seeing her like do music now, like, as she's like older in her career and doing like food and stuff. That's such an inspiration to me. Um, so yeah, and my favorite musician, like I said, is Lonnie Linson Smith. So he's just an inspiration for me. Herbie Hancock, Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace to him. Like he has been a huge inspiration to everything that I'm just doing in life in general to just keep pushing. Um, so yeah, those are just a few.
That's awesome. I truly appreciate you sharing that. It's very helpful just to hear all of these things and try to figure out how I can personally like try to step up in certain ways, like in situations I can just find myself in to be like, okay, if no one's thinking about this, let me actively think about how we can
Right.
really push the platform and things like that.
Exactly.
Okay, so I think this is like the question portion of the little interview. So if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the Slack. And in the meantime, if you don't mind, telling them the handles where they can find all the socials for the blog and the blog itself.
Well, yeah, Black Girls Love Vinyl, which is the page that I'm reporting live from right now. That's one of them. We also have some old blog posts, but that I've done Q&As for on the website. It's Black Girls Love Vinyl. I mean, sorry, it's glowofsunrise.com/BGLV. So that's the website where you can catch like any past of like the Q&As I've done with all the females I've highlighted, And yeah, just really, it's right now, it's really a social aspect
Hmm.
of everything. So, hopefully you will see us out and about soon in the world and catch us doing things that way as well.
Absolutely, I feel that. Where do you see it? Not too far into the future, but what are your plans for 2022 with this? What do you envision for it for this year at least?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know really what to do with this pandemic thing, honestly, but I really do want to like get on foot and get outside more with this. Like I said, I am gonna put out some more merch again this year. We do have a partnership. I guess I can say it. Um, I don't know if I should say it actually,
You don't
but
have to if you don't want to. We don't want to break the NDAs.
right. Well, they didn't say that I couldn't say anything, but I will be doing like a partnership soon with like far as doing some giveaways. So that will be happening within the next month or so. I'm just really just trying to figure out ways to expand and like highlight more women that are more knowledgeable in this space. It would be amazing to really like put together like a docu series or something like highlighting passive like because it seems like in the Black community we have a lot of a common interest of like our parents introduced us into music or our grandparents, and so it would be nice to like kind of document those spaces and kind of go back and tell a story and put together a story. Also, just highlighting like women in history that contribute to records and like radio DJs and just highlighting women, finding stories like an everyday woman from all walks of life, and just highlighting their takes on vinyl and how it contributed to their life and how it resonated with them. So it's so much I can do. I don't want to speak on some of the ideas as well, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of things I want to tap into. But merch is going to be like one of those coming soon, and then the partnership as well, and more
Okay.
partnerships as well.
I can't wait to get a shirt.
Yeah, yeah, I'm going.
I just watched the Kanye documentary, so what you were speaking about like documenting this whole process, I
Hmm.
think that's really important because you never know how far something can go, and every day
Right.
everything that you do is history. So having at
Yes.
least that on recorded video history, and then maybe one day, 5, 10, 15 years from now, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is where she started. This is how
Exactly.
everything was. It was just so raw, so new, but here we are today, this amazing thing, as it is amazing today as it is now. So I'm
Thank
like
you. Yeah.
super excited about where it's going, the directions it's headed. I'm really happy that you've just created this space for Black women and they can just showcase the art that they love. They can showcase themselves, they can showcase the vinyl, they can showcase this thing that people kind of discarded. They thought it'd go away, never come back because of the
Right.
CDs and MP3s. And yeah, here we are today. And
Yeah,
that's
here we
really
are.
amazing.
Yeah, who would have thought? I mean, yeah, we're here today and it's still evolving to see like there's so many like color variants of vinyl too. So and like the aesthetic of setups and things. So it seems like it's gonna be here for a while. So
I support it. Um, okay, let's see. Do I have any more questions? Let's see if we have any questions yet. Okay, we have one from Chris Splash. They said, how do you find a good record? Do you have a process? Yeah, what's your process for crate diving? How do you get about it?
yeah, it's funny because when I first started record collecting, I feel like my friends kind of had an influence of the way like I would record dig and stuff. But as soon as I walk into the record store, I go to the jazz section. Depending on the layout of the store, I kind of really start there, and then I move over to like funk soul, and then I go to like hip hop, and then like international. So I kind of like go into those four genres when I'm digging. I also kind of look at like the cover, what resonates, what speaks to me as I'm like, I kind of go a little fast. I'm faster now, but like I'll go through, I'll see a name, that I recognize, an artist or something. I'll pick it up or I may not notice the artist, recognize them at all, and I'll pick it up based off of the cover and start reading the back, see if there's like a producer or something that I know. Um, that's kind of the process I go for. I don't really try to look for music that I listen to like streaming, like at home and stuff. I really try to find something that, that's outside of my comfort zone. So I really like being uncomfortable when I go to record shops because I know that I'm going to find something new and I'm exploring. So I really just kind of take on that journey and kind of let it flow to me. I also like go to the dollar bins and see what's in there. Go underneath and dig. I don't even like put myself on a time limit or anything. I just know when I'm going to the record store, that is just my time, and I kind of shut out everything else that's going on. So that's really just my process is, going through those different genres, but also to just being open to finding something new. And hopefully it's a gem, and then I have something great to add.
Okay, that's amazing as everything else. I think we have time for one more question, but it's two questions, but we can kind of combine them. First question is, do album covers catch your eye? And the second one, I think you answered already, but just repeating for anyone who came late. Do you have any recommendations for record shops in DC?
Okay.
So, what catches your eye and some DC shops you might recommend?
Yeah, definitely the artwork definitely gravitates to me. Sometimes, I'm trying to really get myself out of the whole artwork thing or like add an additional piece outside of just the artwork catching my eye. Um, I might see something funky too, like a photograph or something like on the record. Then I'm like, okay, what's going on here? It's a little wacky. Let me like pick this up. Um, or I may find something that just looks like it just sometimes like records look like they have like a lot of information on the front a little bit. I don't know how to explain that, but I'm gonna try to start looking at those records too because I see people posting like those records and I'm like, it's a gem on here. Like there's a dope song on here that I wouldn't even think to pick up this record because of how it looks. So I'm trying to like really, get into just outside of my comfort zone, just going for the artwork in itself. Far as record stores in DC, there's HR Records that I mentioned early. They are Black owned. They're, I believe, in Northwest. Do not kill me. I'm still trying to learn my quadrants here. Also, Joint Custody, which is not too far from me. That's a good record store. Cool Kids Vinyl is also Black owned. It's inside of a coffee shop restaurant, an Asian fusion restaurant. I really like that one as well. There's also Psalm Records, which is not too far from Joint Custody. That's a good record shop. I haven't really had a chance to explore because it's a DMV area as well. So I haven't had a chance to like go to like Record Exchange, which is in Maryland. It's not too far outside of DC, and like some other record shops. Some people have been sending me, so I'm hoping to really kind of get outside of just DC in itself since it's so small, but also to like hopefully get up to Baltimore. That's not too far, and places in Virginia as well too. So
Wow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you sharing all of that information. I'm gonna try to retain as much of it as I can, and if I ever visit DC, I'm gonna rack up my vinyl collection because it's a little skimpy right now,
yeah,
but it's
just
gonna.
call me. Just call me. I'll go with you.
I'll hit you up.
Just
We'll
make it
make
a
a day of
whole.
it.
Yeah,
Make
make
a
a
whole
day.
day of it.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Alex. I truly appreciate you taking the time to do this. And if you don't mind, one more time dropping the handles and everything necessary for people to find you guys at Black Girls Love Vinyl.
Yes, so the page, which is where I'm reporting live from again, is Black Girls Love Vinyl. We also kind of shorten it, the abbreviation of BGLV. May see me use that as well. And the website Glow of Sunrise. .com/BGLV, which you can find some past Q&As that we have done like at the beginning of this journey as well.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Have a great day. Stay safe and be you.
You do the same, Rashi. Thank you so much.